Hey everyone, welcome. I'm Dark Sky. Today we are playing some Dawn Apart. It's a very neat game. You land on a planet. You have to take your ship apart and start making it into a base so that we can go out and mine some Lucrum 115, which happens to be the most valuable resource in the universe. And so we're going to be doing that, but we also have to automate everything so that we only have the four of us that are doing things and keeping stuff going on the planet. So yeah, let's get into this. Let's get started. All right, so what we need to do is you just kind of concentrate on what's going up here on the upper left-hand corner of the screen. It kind of gives you a kind of a view of what we need to do to be able to, knock this out and kind of, just get going. We need to get going. We need to start setting up and start making our factory, getting things automated and all that fun stuff. Now we can hit the F2 button. That kind of opens up the top of our ship. We can see what happens in here. Now this isn't a normal factory game. No other factory games, you just you put in belts, you have smelters and all that, and to make things. But in this one, it's different because you only have these four guys right here: Soda, Yoda, Kohaku, and Suzami. Now, these ones here, they're people. So they're going to need sleep. They're going to need a bathroom. They're going to need somewhere they can wash up and shower. And then they're going to need a place to eat. So we're going to have to set that all up too. So what I want to do here, first off, is that we can go into our little stockpile here. We can see that we have some stockpiles here, and we have the list of stuff right here on the side. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go here and I'm going to set up these little stockpiles here and kind of just get that going for these guys. And so we can start getting our resources all kind of set up. While they're doing that, you can see we have copper deposit here. We have this lucrum. This is the lucrum 115. It happens to be the most valuable resource in the universe. We'll need to get a drill on that, get that going. And then we have some coal deposit, which that'll be perfect for us to be able to power some of our machines. We have some granite here. We don't know what's out here because, well, we can only see like what's in the vicinity. And then we have some iron there. And then I believe that's it. And then of course we have all the trees and everything else like that. What I might do actually is just kind of set up the orders. I'm going to cut down these trees so I can see what I'm doing here. What is it I'm dealing with here? So let's clear this out. Let's get these guys trimming things up a little bit for us so we can see what we need to do. Oh, look at that. There's like a little lake or something that's out here, or like a river or something. That's pretty neat. And we got some more copper deposit out there. We might even have more of that lucrum 115 sitting out here somewhere. We can't see it because it's fogged by the fog of war. But once we start expanding out with our base and whatnot, we'll start expanding these borders out, and we'll be able to see like what's beyond the cloud, what's past the fog of war here. So you can see the guys are down here chopping away. Yeah, they're working on the bushes, getting these trees out of the way for me. Now I get this tree out of the way, I'll be able to see this resource a little bit better, and I'll be able to kind of work with that. You can see the guys taking the logs back. Hopefully they're bringing all the stuff into this stockpile. It does not appear to be the issue. So what we need to do is I'm going to hit X. That'll just allow me to disassemble stuff. We're going to disassemble these stockpiles, and that'll force them to put stuff into that other stockpile out there. And we can get stuff into the ship. Now this is like a little thing up here, that if like... for us to get more of an understanding how the game works and everything. But I'm going to do kind of stuff on my own for a little bit because I just want to kind of get some of these little things kind of set up. Yeah, let's get rid of that and that so they can get into that building a little bit easier instead, or into the plane a little bit easier, and they don't have to go all the way down here to get it into the plane. All right, so now that we have like a lot of this stuff here, and you can see that we have we got some steel in there, we got some wood, we got a bunch of miscellaneous things. One of the things that they'll probably want to have is they'll probably want to have some beds. So let's put some beds in here. I'm thinking like right there. And let's put another one like right on the edge over there on that other side. There we go. Get those beds going. We have our miner. We got some wood up here. That's great. Let's see. We got a sink here. So I'm thinking let's grab the sink. I'm going to zoom in so I can see this. Now, you can see how the sink is kind of pointed. The green, we want it to make it so that they can use it without having to reach to the wall or something. So let's put that down like right here. Yep, that looks good. And then we want to also put in a Mr. Solent, which is a little food area so they can make their food. Let's put that right there. And then they also have a toilet, so they'll, you know, they have necessities just like the rest of us, right? So let's put that down right there next to the sink so they can easily access the sink once they get done. I'm going to put my set up my workbench, which is going to be for pretty much for making everything. I'm going to set that right there. And so we got a lot of everything all working together here. These guys are like, they're ready to go, you know. So we got things all nicely set up. So now what we need to do is we need to look at setting up our iron deposits out here. We got our granite deposits. If we go on here into our workbench and we hit Q recipe, in our queued recipe, we can we'll make this furnace down here, and you can see it's queued up right there on the side ×1. We're going to make that one furnace. We're going to set this furnace out to, let's see, once they get all the stuff in there. The other thing I want to do is I want to set up somebody to come over here, start mining some granite, because we're going to need granite to make these granite blocks, which is in turn, we're going to be able to make these furnaces. We get one free furnace right off the get-go, so we get to use that. And we also get one miner also. So let's see. So I'm thinking maybe like set it up like right in here for the miner. Or for the furnace, rather. Let's get the furnace set up, yeah, like right here. And then I want to also set up a miner. It looks like we only get the lucre miner, which I don't want to use that right now. But if I can get somebody coming out here, mining this. And then in this furnace here, I want to take, let's take this wood here and haul that to this furnace so we can start, we have something to burn with. Ultimately, I think what we'll do is we'll grab this coal up here, we'll grab that coal and bring it down. We can probably use a machine to do most of that work for us, so that would be great. All right, so we got this. Let's change our recipe. We want it to set to the iron, so that way now that they're going to start hopefully be putting iron into this, and we'll get some iron ingots out of it, and that'll just make it so we can start making even more stuff. Now this guy over here, he's saying that he needs to wash up. He's getting dirty. Yeah, he's better just get used to it. He's going to be getting dirty a lot. And we got some red solvent. Looks like we got 4 more of these stockpiles, so it's kind of nice to be able to keep those. Those are probably from when we tore them out of the ship. But so we have that all going for us right there. So you want to haul this. I want to haul that to that, so I'll just tell them, hey, take that iron ore, take it over here to the furnace, and then once it's in the furnace, we're going to We're going to make some iron ingots. And hopefully they'll take the iron ingots and they'll put it into the inventory over here. All right, since we've been doing that, we should be able to go in here, queue up a recipe. Let me see, what do we got? We can make 2 of those, but I want to be able to make this right here, which is going to require me to get 40 steel ingots. It shouldn't take us too long to get those steel ingots. I mean, we got 2 right there. And as long as these guys keep mining away, we should be able to knock that out. Let's see. Let's get a guy over here to mine the coal, so we can get some coal going. Ultimately, I'll change that over to a machine, and then I'll just start pumping that out. And hopefully, we can get a lot of that into our storage area, and we'll start being able to put it into the furnaces. And we won't have to use these guys to, you know, mine these resources that are right here. And so I'm going to tell these guys, haul this coal, bring that over here. And then it'd be nice if we could take that out of there. So I really enjoy this game. This is like a super fun game. I'm really excited to see when this game comes out. I think this will be a really super fun one to get a copy of and be able to play it. So what are we up here to? We are up to about 20. Let's see what we have as far as this. Now that we have kind of a basis. So it says open the message in your events window. So it says, Director, we got confirmation that you made Planetfall on Series Beer 3. Congratulations, important messages and orders will come through here. Make sure to pay attention to them in order to progress. Your ship, the Magpie, has been converted to your temporary base camp. You can salvage it for materials, set up your landing party, and get ready to mine Lucrum 115 as soon as possible. We'll be in touch. BS, press the F2 to toggle the roofless view to look inside your ship. Now, you can do just more than just F2. You can also hit F3, and that even cuts up the ship even more, so you don't have to try to look over the walls. Makes things a little bit easier, I think, because now I can see what is going on in here, and it's a little easier to lay stuff down in the ship and be able to micromanage the stuff that's inside your little base, you know, that we have. So let's close this out here. Now, right here, we need to open this message. Director, in order to build machines and materials, you need a workplace. We provided one in your Magpie along with other essential resources. To place it, go to the construct menu in the left bottom and select workbench. Place it, and a worker will take it from the cargo hold of the Magpie. Yes, you have more inventory loaded up in the Magpie. A manifest is attached to the mail below. And then it shows all the stuff that we currently have available to us. So we have we got 2 stockpiles, a spaceport, a sink, a toilet, 1 lucre miner, and 50 red solvent, 20 granite blocks, 4 lanterns, a solvent, and 2 beds, which we used majority of those already, so we are quite good there. Now it says for us to craft a furnace. We already did that, and construct a furnace. I like to make another furnace, so it's you know, that's not too bad. I don't mind doing it. So let me see here. So we'll open up this one here. Most of the machines you will need to craft yourself. Now I know this Space Mining 101, but I need you to craft a furnace on your workbench so I can check some boxes. You should have all the necessary materials for the recipe in your stockpile already. Select the workbench and click Q recipe, then select the furnace. The prospector will gather all the necessary ingredients and craft it. As soon as the furnace has been crafted, you can place it through the construct menu at a suitable location. For your safety, I recommend building it near the landing party. All right. Now, at a later point, they're supposed to be adding little critters and stuff that'll attack our base. But right now, they only have just like the basics down. So it's really just kind of learning how the whole automation process works in this game. So that makes things a lot more easier. All right, so we want to go in here, queue our recipe, and we can make our mining drill now. It also wants us to make a furnace. We do have 20 of these, so we can pop these up to 20. And then we'll have that make one of those, and it'll make these 20 granite blocks first, and then it's going to make the furnace. I found that I tried to make like a few blocks and then have that, and then put a few more blocks on top, hoping that it would skip up top to make, you know, those few blocks and then come back down to like make the item. But that's not the case. So you have to whatever it needs for as far as materials are concerned to be able to make that that piece of equipment. Make sure you plug it all in at the beginning and then put in the piece of equipment on top. And the guy should just kind of go to work and do his thing over there. But when you do the level thing, it actually goes below the ground. So everything is kind of a little bit on the foggy side. Same with find. But if we just do roof, then we can get we can see the actual what's going on. We just, it's just the walls are in the way and stuff like that. When it comes to actually building stuff inside this, just remember to go hit F3 to get down to this level so you can put the stuff down. Once you're done, put it back. So that way you kind of see what's going on here, see what's the kind of stuff we need to get done. Now this guy still has like 15 more blocks to go before he can craft this furnace, which is great because I'm going to put the furnace for the copper deposit. So I'm going to put it probably in this area somewhere here. And maybe we can make it so that we have some belts that go from the copper deposit to the furnace and then straight to the stockpile. And then these guys here won't need to do anything except for pretty much micromanage the furnace, you know, by putting in fuel and whatnot to keep that going. All right, so once it gets done making that item there, we should be pretty good there. This seems to be going around quite nicely. See, used to make, so you can see that we can make quite a few items with that. We can make a lot of buildings. We can make a wood floor. Looks like chemical bed, brick wall. We can actually do coal. Oh, so we could probably burn wood and make coal. And then you can make it into wood walls and whatnot. And you can even use it on paintings, it looks like. So you can kind of cover over the resource and it'll tell you basically what that resource does. So if we were like cover over the steel ingot here, we can see that it's made in a workbench or a furnace, and it's used to make a bunch of different things. Regeneration, a steel plate, industrial, wire, something. Industrial bed, window, steel gears, small mining, and concrete. So quite a few things that a lot of these resources are going to be making. So that's good to know. So looks like we got 3 more granite blocks to make, and then should have our furnace done. And then we should be able to, you know, put that down and then go from there. How many ingots do we have now? Oh, goodness. We have 84 ingots. Boy, we are plenty good on making our next item, which is going to be our miner. So let's see. Let's set up that for our miner. Get that made up. And then that'll start the whole automation process. So next we're doing is making this here. Let's put down the furnace here. I want to put this furnace down. I think like right here, probably a good spot. And then I'm gonna take this miner here. Let's put this miner down over here in the iron area because it seems like that is kind of the big one. You know, that's, we get this going, we're good to go. So we should be able to put that down like right there. And if we can make, we go into Q recipe. If we can make this basic crane, which requires us to get some steel plate, we have to have that made, as well as some copper ingots. Once those two are made, we should be able to make this basic crane. And then the other thing is we're going to need some conveyor belts. So that means we're going to need some steel gears and also some copper ingots. So we have this over here being made now. Now this guy here shouldn't have to come over here to mine this anymore. So we'll clear that order. Now we'll have this guy over here mining this. Let's clear the order on that for now. Once this guy here starts working on the copper, I think we can put the order back here to mine that. That way they their priority is the copper, and then second is the coal. Should be able to go in here, get some of the coal, haul this to our furnace. And you can see this thing is just really going to town. You can see it's ripping through all this iron and everything and just mining it all up for us. So we don't really need this guy here. We could almost, I'm just kind of working on getting this to automation level. If I can get this fully automated where this is just pumping out. And then it's just a matter of us having a guy here grabbing coal, bringing the coal down and feeding the furnace. Hopefully even feeding this furnace over here. So then now we should be, you know, pretty much golden at that point. So I'm going to tell this guy here, let's actually set our recipe to copper. And then we're going to tell him, hey, all this copper to that factory right there. I don't know where Soda's running off to. Is he going to go do some granite? Oh, yeah, he's doing some granite. Okay. And then we got some granite. We do not want to take, take that for granted. All right, now that we have this furnace going, everything seems to be going all right. We're going to start pumping out copper, which happens to be super nice because the copper is right here close to our stockpile, so we should be able to get stuff into that. I want to set this recipe up. Let's get see, I want to do some plate. You get like 10 plate in there, and then I want to do some gears, so we'll probably do like 10 gears. And then once we get that stuff all done, let's see, I want to do probably that. Now you can see that this miner is starting to drill down. He's starting to get down pretty deep. He's actually starting to work out of the iron ore. So we're gonna have to like pick this guy up and move him back into more iron ore. But right now he seems to be all right. He's got a little bit to go, so we're all right. All right, so according to our quest up here, it looks like that we did get our 40 iron mined iron ore, and we crafted 40 steel ingot. So we'll just open up our message here, and it says, Director, good. You are making progress on the surface of Sirius B3. The company never had a doubt about you. The furnace is the most basic converter. It smelts ores like copper or iron to ingots. Go find some iron ore in your proximity, mine it, and smelt it to iron ingots in your furnace. Iron ore is a bluish gray and can be found as patches on the ground. Use the order menu to have your prospectors mine it out of the ground. As soon as they have mined iron ore, select the furnace and click change recipe and select steel ingot. Remember, the furnace needs coal or wood as fuel. Find some as well. All right, so we're on to our next one now. It wants us to make another small mining drill, which is fine. I will just continue putting putting everything over here onto our copper area. Now we don't have one here, but we can easily make one. So we can go into our recipes here, and I'll just click that to make our next one. Now we got quite the list here. I mean, they're still working on gears. They're going to be making this basic crane in a minute, and then they're going to be making some more plate, and then again with the basic crane, and then they're going to make me a couple, not a couple, they're going to make me one basic conveyor belt. And I'll be able to use that conveyor belt over here. And you are going to use a crane to take the coal, or actually, no, we're going to use the basic crane to take the iron from the belt and put it into the furnace. And then once it's in the furnace, then it'll just spit it out and we'll be good to go. So they look like that there's quite a bit in there right now. We should be able to, let me see, do we have any coal being made or processed? We do not. We do have some quartz, though. I don't know why that they're going for quartz, because they should be only doing granite. There's granite there. Oh, here's quartz right here. Maybe they must start hitting the quartz because the mining drill is so close. It's probably mining up some of the quartz. I didn't realize that the quartz was that close, which is fine. I mean, we can mine up a little bit of quartz. We'd probably be able to use like some silicon later on. We'll get to the Lucrum 115 here in a little bit. It's not going anywhere, so I'm not particularly too worried. Got some iron ore out there. Yeah, make sure you're taking it there. Oh, it looks like he's putting it in there. Oh, and then he puts it in there. Weird. It does stuff a little backwards. he manages to make it, but he does stuff a little on the backwards side. So a little on the strange side. So we should have quite a bit of, well, we got 6. I think we need 8 to make the crane. Although it looks like they made one crane. Let me see. What's it made? What do you need to make the crane? Yeah, we need copper ingots and steel plate for the crane. So right now we're working on the steel plate. If we can get more people mining the copper, we should be able to knock out the last 2 copper ingots that we need, and then we'll have another crane all set up, and we can use that crane for setting up the copper. So that'll be sweet. That'll be super nice. So we got all hands on deck now, coming over here to clear this area out so we can put down our spaceport. That's what I was planning to put down in this little spot. Okay, we just got that one last spot that they got evened out. There we go. We got that all even. Now we should be able to put our spaceport in here. Let's see if we can stick that in here. Thinking something like that right there. That looks like that would be pretty good. All right, cool. We got our spaceport up. We're good there. We just need to work on this stuff over here. We still need that 2 more copper ingots, and then we should be able to finish making the stuff that's in there. It looks like I don't have anything set up over here for mining. Let's get one of these guys over here to start mining the copper up right here. I think we're probably pretty good here on the granite. I think we can clear the granite. There we go. Finally someone up there mining that copper, getting that copper going. All right, there's the guy taking the copper over to the machine now for us to start setting that up. So he's got the 8 there. He's got the gears there. Now he's making the conveyor belt. So we are good to go on that part. Get that conveyor belt going. And in about 4 seconds, 3, 2, 1, we're going to have that conveyor belt to our disposal. Be able to start knocking that out. Now they need to get all this iron ingots over and start making that next little miner so we can get that miner knocked out. Now I want to take this conveyor belt. I want to stick this conveyor belt over here. Let's set that up right here. Barrel's going the right way. There we go. And then I want to set up a feeder, or the basic crane. Let's get the crane up here, and we're going to have that set up just like that, so that the stuff is automatically just goes right into our furnace. This stuff here should automatically go from the miner right onto the conveyor belt. Shouldn't have any issues. It looks like everything is good to go. I don't know if this thing is mining or not. Maybe it's too high. We might need to. It did take quite a while for us to be able to get that that belt there done, so we might have to like look into making another belt. See here, let's get this going here. I want to put that like right there. I think that'll be good. So then we have that guy doing the copper, and I want to set this up here for us to let's make these belts. So we're going to need a couple of these steel. Need 8 of those, and then we're going to be able to make another belt, and then we want 8 more of these, and then we want the belt, and then we want 8 more, and the belt. There we go. Okay, that should make it kind of keep them going right now. Hopefully we can get, oh, they stopped the mining over there. Let's set that miner up again. In order to send you the first ship to pick up the first batch of lucrum, you have to build a spaceport. Spaceports are essential for trade with the Kobayashi, Swartz, and other traders passing by. Ensure that your first spaceport has a level landing zone of 5x5 tiles. And when I say level, I mean perfectly level, or they will be disabled and trades might be lost. To level terrain, you can use the level order from the order menu. In case nobody is picking up the task, try increasing the priority for mining for some prospectors. Wait, you can, okay, that part I didn't know. I didn't know that we can increase the priority for mining. How do we do that? Oh, priorities. Ah, that's neat. So it is kind of like the Stranded Alien Donna. On there, you set these priorities like 1, 2, and 3. Higher priority, lower priority. Oh, that's neat. Okay. Wow. All right. So that's pretty neat. And then we have the company here, the overview about them, their loyalty, rest, health, restroom, hygiene, hunger, charisma, construction. Oh, how good they are in those certain areas. Okay. And we can look at each one of these and see like which one is better at some things and worse at others. Wow, crafting level 10. Okay. And then we got events here, different events that's happened so far. Here's the events as well. We got the events, we got quests, and we have the tutorial. And then we also have schedules. So like, you know, when they're going to be sleeping, when they're going to be working, when it's recreation time, all that. So we can set the variables at what time that they do certain things. Okay, that's cool. I like that. Now down here is constructing blueprints. Then we have orders, and then we have deconstructing. We can also lower the ground, upper the ground, depending on what level we need to be in the ground. So that's pretty nice. So that's pretty neat. There's quite a bit to this game. I ain't gonna lie. So it looks like right now we are just currently working on mining this. Oh, we finally got a conveyor belt. Let's see if we can't put this conveyor belt in here. And I want to turn that so it's like that. So let's turn it like that there, I guess. See, R, tab, control, V. Oh, V is to make it go up, and C is to make it go down. Okay. So we can angle this. So if these machines end up getting lower or upper, then we can angle these conveyor belts to go uphill or downhill, depending on if we have them up on a mountain or if we have them down in a valley, you know, and they need to be able to process that stuff. So that is pretty cool. I like that. That's a neat idea. Now we have, see what do we got going on here. We're currently working on our last conveyor belt. It looks like they're working on the steel gears. How are we doing? Oh shoot, we got like 77 steel ingot. Oh my gosh, 168 copper. Oh, we're plenty good. 185 of that lucrum. Pretty sweet deal. So here's our spaceport here. It looks like that we could send some stuff to the spaceport if we wanted to. Complete trade. We got 5 days to send 200 copper ingots. So we go in here and we have our lucrum 115, which we only have 185. I have that set to mine, so hopefully someone will get in there and mine that up. Yeah, let's see if I can get some more of that. All right, hopefully someone can jump in there. Maybe they can mine up a little bit more of that lucrum, because I think we only needed like 15 more. Yeah, we only need 15 more, and then we can send that onto the ship. Hopefully that they can do that. Okay, and the other thing I think we want to do is probably set up a little miner up there too and get that going. We can make like 6 of those miners. That's quite a few. Well, I tell you, we just go all out, huh? Maybe we'll just put miners on everything. But anyways, I think that's going to do it for today. We got a lot accomplished. We got the miners, we got coal pumping in, we got the belts and everything like that. It would be just a matter of getting these belts over here, pumping it to our storage area, and then the guys just, you know, taking stuff from the storage and working on the workbench and getting that all knocked out. So that'd be pretty nice. And then, of course, we just need a little bit more of the lucrum. We're at like 187, so we're short about 13 lucrum. I imagine we'll have like one of these little guys come over there and, you know, mine that up and get that lucrum over there. Once we can get that 200, that'd be nice to get that all in. I want to thank you very much for coming and joining me on this super adventure of us landing on this planet and setting up everything. It's just been absolutely amazing. I want to thank Dark Sky patrons and channel members for their support. Can't do it without you guys. If you want to help support the channel, consider becoming a member. Hit that join button down below and you get all kinds of perks and benefits. Also, don't forget that I stream on Saturdays at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Don't want to miss out on that. Smash that subscribe button if you haven't done so already, and hit that like. Let me know how much you've been enjoying this. I've been enjoying it. It's been super fun. But I hope to see you on our next video. You take care now, and bye-bye.